Today we're taking a look at Techtonica, and I've been waiting for this one for a while. The love child of Factorio, Satisfactory, Subnautica, with a bit of Sherlock Holmesing thrown in for good measure, because this is an automation game with a big old mystery behind it. You've awoken in a mysterious facility with no memory of your existence. Emerge and build a sprawling factory to manufacture the machines and tools you need to explore this alien planet.
Emergency resuscitation of all personnel initiated. Exit this facility and report to Production Terminal Lima.
Okay, so we're on our way to Lima. It's nice of them to try and resuscitate everyone. Oh, it's looking quite nice. Bit dirty, bit grubby. Things. Get all the things. Oh, I feel like Gordon Freeman already. Just pickaxe this out then. I see stairs. I see a way through.
Hello? Can you hear me? Your suit can't transmit a voice or ID signal, but my sensors are indicating you're out there. First things first, check in at that production terminal. I need a second set of eyes on how badly damaged it is.
Sparks. Okay. Yep. You're my friend then, right? Just going to pick up a bunch of the plant matter on the ground because I'm going to need it to fuel things in a little while. And I might as well get a head start on that now, just as I make my way towards this glorious factory. Okay.
This terminal is cooked. Mining drills were the only buildable tech I could recover. Try crafting a few with materials from some of the chests around here.
Okay, so I need to go through and grab the stuff that I have in the chest then so I can build some miners. Couple there. And there's a couple over here as well, which I can grab the stuff from and then get a few miners built up. So I built 4 miners, just placing them now.
Task inbound. Mining drill. Must be built at an ore vein and fueled with plant matter.
There we go, that's what I need for the plant matter, and I'll also need it for the smelters as well. What I want to do first of all though is get 2 of the copper miners going and 2 of the iron miners going. Pop those down there, out of the way, and now we get them fueled up. So the plant matter actually does last quite a while. And just collect some more nya and shoot over to the other miner and get them fueled as well. I think the iron miners, maybe not the iron miners, but certainly the iron smelters take longer to make ingots that we're going to need soon. But let's just get this kicked off. Made like a proper prospector and got ourselves some of them materials so we can unlock the tier in the tier factory. Yes, thank you, old Stinky Pete. So I just need to grab the iron ore, and then we're going to go through a little section which I like to call, now my eyes are bleeding from the screen. 3, 2, 1. Oh my god, it hurts so much.
Good work getting that ore plugged into the terminal, Groundbreaker. If you weren't on my crew, you should have been. For the next phase of repairs, you're going to need a scanner. The tech for it unlocked automatically when you fix this thing, so open up your crafting menu and build one.
Okay, let's get that scanner. It's under... there you go.
Task inbound. Scanner. Scan machine fragments to restore tech tree access.
So what this scanning will do is it will unlock the smelter and other items for me. So in this instance, I can actually start to build the smelter, so I can do ingots.
Required for activation of new technologies. Refer to tech tree for current core manifest.
But before I can do that, I need to build some more research cores. So I'm just grabbing some more materials so that I can build more ingots.
This computer has a requisition for local plant life to be delivered to a science team for analysis. It looks like the request was approved, but doing it was marked as a low priority by command, even though the request itself was marked as urgent. We didn't come here for science, but I don't remember this kind of hostility about it either. What were they doing here?
What were they doing here,
Your mining
indeed?
drills won't be able to get you everything you need to build the rest of those research cores. Situations like these are why we always left chests with backup components kicking around.
So I'm going to embrace my inner Sherlock Holmes. There is a mystery to solve, and we shall solve it. Why were they reticent to the science needed? Watson, it's time we found out. And for the purposes of this and future videos, Watson will be the can of Coke that is sat next to me at the moment. So, thanks, Watson. He said you're welcome, I'm sure. So like a good scientist, I've just been plopping down some more of the research cores, and I gotta say, I really love this aspect about the game. You know, so many games just use you have 90 science points or whatever, but the fact that this game says, here's your science, I love it. And now we have our smelter, but we can't lock anything else.
Technology activated. Proceed with construction of smelter.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure he says smelter, not smelter, but seeing as he's such a beautiful looking building, I'm going to let him off. In fact, let's empower him. Well done, system, you're doing a bang up job. Keep at it. Couldn't do this without you.
Task inbound. Smelter. Supply with ore to produce ingots. Requires plant matter for fuel.
Oh, thank you, system. You are such a good boy. You are doing such an important job. I'm so proud of you. I feel like if we empower system enough, he won't eventually, become sentient and destroy us. This is a sci-fi game, so I'm just, hedging my bets here. So get those smelters down anyway, and I've put them that close because my plan is to just pop and insert it in between them so it can take it straight from the miner into the smelter, but we don't have all the things we need for that yet, so it's going to have to wait a little while. Obviously this isn't going to be my main area of operations, this is just the starting area, so I'm just doing what I have to do at the moment to get to the next steps, which will be going and finding the gun that lets me build black holes, and also the then going to the next area with I think it's area Victor, if I'm right. So I finally have enough ingots, so let's commence eye bleeding operation in 3, 2, 1. Oh my god, the pain, I need to see my optometrist.
Terminal upgraded. New technology and crafting schematics available.
Oh, who's a good system? I am so proud of you. So the next upgrade we need is a couple of containers, a few inserters, and some conveyor belts, as well as some more ingots. So I'm just gonna get those kicked off straight away because it'd be nice just to get the next upgrade phase out of the way. And while I'm waiting for the ingots and things to finish up, I figured we'd go and do just a wee bit of exploring, see what's around and about this place. I feel like the landscape of this place is if like Bob Ross decided to throw away all of his like nice pastel-y colours and like just go nuts, trip on acid and decide to get luminous colours and decide to build a landscape out of those colours. So yeah, this is a Rossian acid look, I think is a good way of describing it. Just need to fill up those smelters and things so that we can make sure that we've got a consistent supply of the ingots going. Obviously later down the line we'll be able to automate all of this. That'll include feeding in the plant matter as well. But for now, it's a very manual process. So I just spent a little while collecting loads of plant matter, and I've now got everything I need just about to unlock the next phase. So let's prep ourselves for another eye bleeding moment. and see what comes along. So, 3, 2... Oh, let me on. 3... Christ, sorry, give me a second. Okay. 3, 2, 1... Now. 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 Oh my god, it hurts so much. Someone get me a transplant.
Are back online.
Like in...
Inspect the radio
What
console
movie
right
was
next
it?
to the screen. It'll start
The
beeping
one
and
with Tom
blinking in
Cruise.
3, 2, 1.
Signal triangulated. New location added to HUD. Live sign.
Access to all local facilities should be restored, including the one I've been stuck in this entire time. I've set an unlock code to the door. I've got some tech you're gonna like, and I know you wouldn't dream of leaving without me anyways.
No, I wouldn't leave without you, Sparks. I wouldn't dream of it. You and me, Sparks, we're in this together. Anyway. Secret underground base.
It's more complicated than you think. I don't know why, but these computers feel like second nature now. Sort of the opposite of what I remember it being like. I'd be the one to get you out of a situation like this, instead of the other way around. But I'm not giving up. That's how I know it's still me in here. You'll see.
Okay. Sherlock Holmes hat on. So...
Casualties detected.
Oh no, Watson. What is that? A cube?
What? You've never seen someone stuck inside an alien cube next to their own dead body before? Whatever I was trying to do here, I'm gonna take a wild guess and say it didn't work out. Hopefully, it was worth a shot. Let's go.
So it appears I now have a companion in cube form, but for legal reasons I'm going to refer to it as a friend block. Just so you know, there's not another game out there that gets upset that I might be using different terminology. So me and Sparks friend block.
Stop. Scan the fragment in that cage by the stairs before we go. We'll need that tech to get out of the sector.
Upgrade module scanned. Additional tech tiers or cores may be required. Open tech tree to review.
Okay, I'm going to need a lot more cores, so let's just get those built. Oh, I can actually unlock the mole already.
Task inbound. Mole. Manipulates terrain for traversal and composition of industrial construction sites.
Okay.
Local signal deciphered. Sector headquarters. Report to production terminal radio for triangulation.
Sounds like the terminal is fully rebooted. Check the radio console again and see if the beacon it adds to your HUD gives us a clear path home.
Okay, so we've got access to the mole, which means we can now start digging through the terrain, which is going to let us unlock the next area. The fact that you're building everything underground and stuff means that the terraforming becomes even more important than in other factory games. So it's a really nice kind of twist, because I think a lot of other factory games, they kind of just try and give you big expanses to work with.
Signal triangulated. New location added to HUD. Production terminal Victor.
Breaker, this is the time to activate the mole in your tech tree and build one. We won't be able to cut through to Sector Victor without it.
So I've popped down a couple more research cores just so I can unlock some more of the things that I'll need in the not too distant future. So the power floors and the crank generator.
Task inbound. Power floor. Build to establish structural foundation and conduct electricity from crank generators. Task inbound. Crank generator. Activate with manual or automated rotation to produce electricity.
Yeah, because I'm going to need those pretty soon. So now we're just going to dig our way through to Sector Victor.
I never got the chance to thank you for getting me out of that facility. I appreciate it. At the time, it seemed like the best thing to do was focus on work and not get caught up in thinking about anything else. I've tried to stay sharp for both of us. But now that we're almost back to the main line, I'll admit it. I was terrified. It'll be good to see some friendly faces. And a few thousand twinkling lights. I'm sure you've got people there too.
Something just deep inside my core tells me she might be getting too optimistic too soon. So, Sparks, you go ahead and be confident, my love, but I am going to reserve judgment for a moment. Ooh, this is very pretty, isn't it? Well done, Bob Ross.
I don't understand. A factory the size of a city is supposed to be here. It was right here. I know it was. Where is everybody?
Okay. Yes.
This terminal is trying to reach out to 100 facilities that might not exist anymore. If we can repair it, we might be able to decipher where those facilities are located. Our people are out there, just like we were. I wouldn't ask you to rebuild this sector for the expedition, but I will ask you to do it for them. The faster we get on these signal and repair objectives, the better our chances of finding them will be. Have a look at some of the new stuff on your tech tree. Keep your eyes out for fragments, and let's get to work. Deciphering this first signal by building power floors looks simple enough. I'm sure it won't be that many. I'm pretty sure. Now that you've got a core composer, all you need is a big enough power floor and a few crank generators to power it. After that, you'll be able to dump cores into it and never worry about placing them one at a time again.
Task inbound. Core composer. Supply with research cores via belts and inserters for automatic placement and availability. Task inbound. Assembler. Power with electricity to produce items in multiplied quantities.
In other words, even though you can handcraft anything, assemblers will make 2 of them in the same time it takes your portable tool to make 1. And we can build 1,000 assemblers, but nobody could ever build another you.
Okay, so there was obviously quite a bit of information there, and I didn't want to talk over it. So I'm just clearing up my journal a little bit, because I don't want lots and lots of stuff on the left-hand side in the tasks and tips area. And if you can see on my map, there's obviously a little area behind here, so we're going to use Mr. Mole to cut into it. What we got here?
Hey, a battery pack. Sorry, an accumulator substation. I'll try to go easier on the recon slang. It might help you guess at what those signal names are short codes for. Accumulators won't matter for a while, but get in the habit of scanning anything and everything you find in places like these. It can only help.
Okay, so I've just been through and scanned basically every accumulator in this area, so I can get the goodies that it's giving me and also build them later. I'll scan that. Oh, scan that overhead light, and we've not scanned this yet, which is a Kindle Vine.
If anyone else is still around, they wouldn't be here. These places were pretty much built and left alone.
She's very negative, isn't she?
This sector was a dream come true for hydroelectric power. It isn't surprising that we took accumulator construction seriously down here. I faintly remember power sources in other sectors that were even stronger, but they also tended to do things like explode, set things on fire, create giant clouds of poison. You get the drift. You can't go wrong with a good old-fashioned river.
That's one of my it's one of my sayings in life. You can't go wrong with an old-fashioned river. Can't think of a situation in life that isn't improved by having a river. Maybe a flood. Or if you want to build a desert. Or a house. Yeah, okay. It's got holes. I'll admit that. But rivers are good. So how do I want to build out this power floor? Now I need to get the core composer fairly soon so we can start to build up on the research, because down the line you need an awful lot of it. But the core composer is pretty damn big. So how do I want to... I think I'm going to have to build more power floors either way. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so my factory OCD is already kicking in. I deleted everything and rebuilt it in a slightly more manageable way. So I'm just building the crank generators. If I build 6 of them and crank them, it unlocks something.
Local signal deciphered. Ingress RH1979. Report to production terminal radio for triangulation.
And what this is going to unlock for me, we'll see in a minute, but we're going to get to this area and then I think we're going to call it for this episode.
Signal triangulated. New location added to HUD. Exceptional dimensions.
Exceptional dimensions. Is that a compliment to someone? I mean, I'm pretty fat, so it wouldn't be a compliment to me, but I imagine to the right person, exceptional dimensions might be sort of a compliment. Hi there, you have exceptional dimensions. I guess if you're using the term exceptional, it's hard to take it as a negative. Like, even if someone said to me, you have exceptional dimensions, I'd be like, you're saying I'm fat, but you like them. So... one thing I have found with this game is that it's not a bad idea to follow the rivers. Sometimes they are protected, so you can't always dig through them, but quite often they kind of lead you in the direction you need to go. And as you see from the map, like the closer purple to me things are in the distance, the more closely leveled they are with me. And if you use the rivers, you tend to kind of find areas, sort of have an idea of what level another area is at, because obviously if you're going up, you know, if the stream is going upwards, then you know that the area is substantially higher, but it still gives you kind of a good starting point, I find. Sorry about that. Huzzah! So we found the area we were looking for, and there's a ruddy big gate in front of it, but it's unpowered at the moment, which I think...
Door unpowered and secured.
Yeah, I think if we pop a crank generator down, then we should just be able to power it up, because it's on power floor, so I don't see any reason that shouldn't work.
Power restored.
Yay! Ooh. Oh my god, there's so many boxes. I see so many flashing things to scan and take advantage of. And I think that's what we'll do
Jetpod.
next time.
A warehouse. I knew that gigantic door was a good sign. Scan this place for some basic electrical machines, especially those planters and threshers on the racks, and pick up anything else you can find.
Yep, okay, so I'm going to get a scan in, and I'll catch you in the next episode.